We use mules because they handle the heat better than horses. Okay, France founded this town in 1718. And for the Europeans, oh, y'all aren't Europe anymore, right? You're England.
You're English.
For the foreigners, that makes us an old city by American standards, okay? The park was started off from, was set up as the central town. They call it the Place Palace, the Plaza of Arms. And it was a military parade. In the 1850s, it was made in the gardens, renamed Jackson Square in honor of Andrew Jackson, who defeated the British in the Battle of New Orleans in 1850. Across the square, the St. Louis Cathedral is the fourth church built there. Great catastrophe struck the city in the 1700s. 1722, we were 4 years old, got hit by our first hurricane and leveled the town. That should have told us something then. 1788, and again in 1794, two major fires destroyed about 80%. Has everyone been to Cafe du Monde?
Yeah.
Y'all been? Okay. Been there since the Civil War, open 24 hours a day. Two Jack's restaurant, that's where everybody's going, right? Tawny Cafe du Monde, blowing up 6 clubs. That is all the French market. Built by the Spanish, run by the Italians, the French had little to do with it. Directly ahead of us, a statue of Joan of Arc on horseback. Given to the city by France, we call her Joni on a pony. Anybody know why Joan of Arc would be in New Orleans?
Made of New Orleans.
The Maid of Orleans, that's correct. Most people don't get that. So they gave us that because that's our sister city. I don't know if York, England ever gave anything to New York or not.
A lot of people.
It was originally New Amsterdam, huh? Now where the restaurant is on the left, when I was a child, there was a place there called Morning Call. It was just like Cafe du Monde, except you cook in your car, they serve you coffee and beignets in your car. WWOC, local alternative radio. This part of the market to our left was the seafood market. Across the street, that part of the market was a produce market when I was a kid. It's now vendors that cater mainly to tourists. Have y'all been there in the daytime?
Yeah.
Go there in the daytime. See people selling all kinds of stuff. Give her a kiss, Green. Come on. This little 2-block street is called French Marketplace. But until it was renovated in the 1930s, it had been known as Gallatin Street. Sailors claimed it as the most dangerous 2 blocks on earth. You had the Black Hand Mafia working out of there. There was gambling and prostitution. People said if a sailor made it back to the ship with only money left, someone hadn't done their job. Fort Collins, have y'all been here before?
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. To our right, I already asked you. That's the Ursuline County. Built in 1734. That is the oldest building in the whole Mississippi Valley. The nuns had an orphanage and a girls' school there. It's more like a museum today, but some of the priests still live there. The first big fire, the 1788 fire, stopped at this street. The nuns had been awake all night praying. They say that when the fire got close, they put a statue of Mary in the window. The wind changed direction, blew the fire the other way, and saved the convent. I think the fire was afraid of the nuns and turned around by itself. Ursuline Academy is still around, oldest Catholic school in the country, and the oldest girls' school. Mary's statue is still at the school. If you look behind us, you can see the cathedral. The fire started about a block and a half on the other side. Everything from there to that street and going away from the river was destroyed. The fire consumed over 80% of the city, but no one was killed. It's pretty amazing. To the left of Beauregard Ty's house, BGT Beauregard is the most famous Confederate general from New Orleans. He's the man who fired on Fort Sumter, South Carolina, that started the Civil War. St. Mary's Catholic Church built past the 70 immigrants in 1834. This began the Italian neighborhood. If you have questions, please ask. If I don't know, I can make something up. Well, hurry up or let you go, buddy. Big brick building on the left was St. Mary's Recreation Center. That was a Catholic gymnasium. It's condominium today. The row house on the right was St. Mary's Academy, a black Catholic girls' school run by the Sisters of the Holy Family. That order was founded in New Orleans by Henriette Galel, a free woman of color. The Catholic Church would not allow her white father to marry her black mother, so she became a nun and started the order. The narrow building on the right corner is called a shotgun house. There is no hallway. One room leads right to the next. They say you'd open up the front and back doors, you could shoot a shotgun straight through without hitting the thing. I call them FEMA trailers. To our left is what a wealthy mansion is like. Main house in front, then the patio. The back part was a garçonniere. When a boy turned about 14, he'd move into the garçonniere and was considered an adult. House to our right, built in the 1840s for the Arnaud family. Later opened Arnaud's French restaurant. In the 1990s, Daniel Lenoir had Kingsway recording studio there. Bob Dylan, Pearl Jam, U2, 9 Inch Nails, gee, they all made albums with us. Nicolas Cage used to own it. We're now on Esplanade Avenue. This is the edge of the front floor. The area to our right is called the Faubourg Maryland. Faubourg means neighborhood or suburb. At one time, that was a plantation owned by Bernard de Marin. He sent his son to France for an education. Kid learned how to play craps instead. He introduced craps to America, and he gambled away that land. In 1990, when I got out of the Army, I rented that bottom right apartment for $250 a month. And I bartended at Checkpoint Charlie. I couldn't call in sick to work, but could draw home after. There were 5 fortresses that surrounded the French Quarter. 3 were on Rampart Street, where a wall was to protect the town. The other 2 were on the river. One up on Canal Street, where the Customs House stands, and to our right, where the Mint is, was Fort St. Louis. When the Spanish took possession of Louisiana, the local French didn't like it, and they threw out the first Spanish governor. Second governor, Alexander O'Reilly, showed up with warships, soldiers, arrested conspirators, and shot him in front of the fort. Got him the name of Bloody O'Reilly. The street just ahead of us is called Frenchman Street, named after the guys O'Reilly shot. see. Now, when the Yankees took over during the Civil War, they made the Mint their headquarters. It was also a prison for Confederate soldiers. Today it's a state museum.
Never been to that museum.
Checkpoint Charlie's one of our 24-hour bars. They got a band every night. There's a grill in there.
That bar is down.
There's even a laundromat. Have you seen the movie The Pelican Brief? What they say?
Get a life, you yuppies.
Yeah, people always confuse me with being a yuppie. It happens all the time. I guess it's because of my hairdo and the way I'm dressed. It's like, some of those people live on the street, they call themselves hippies. Well, when I was 16, I joined a commune, and this was in the 70s. So I lived with hippies. I know what hippies are. They ain't hippies. You know what I mean? I mean, we hitchhiked all over the country, but I never asked anybody for money. Little building on the right that used to be a monastery. Now it's expensive condominiums. Costs a lot of money to live like a monk these days. It's like Gandhi one time he said, people are always telling him how much it costs them to keep me living in poverty. Now Esplanade Avenue is where the wealthy French built their mansions. Beautiful street. Go all the way up to get to Bayou St. John, City Park, and the New Orleans Museum of Art. Lamar's House Hotel was a sea captain's home. He came home early from sea to find his wife with another man, killed them both, and they're haunting that hotel today. The big trees that line the avenue are live oak trees, they're evergreen oaks. The dogs are scaring my mule. You can tell he's terrified.
Do they spook easy?
No. Mules are like dogs, though. They each have a different personality. And, some of them spook easier than others. And they all spook from different things. Some of them, they don't like the garbage cans. Some of them don't like big trucks. Some of them don't like skateboards. So you gotta, we use the same mule all the time. We don't own them, but we use the same one. And nothing really spooks him. He's young and happy. He's real personable. Matilda Stream's one of the wealthiest women in Louisiana. That's her mansion back on the right. The family owns everything painted that color in that block. Here in about half of this block. The mule I drove before him, she hated the big ice trucks, loud trucks. If one got behind me, you better hold on. Because I'd have to keep her from galloping. In fact, they can't give that mule to a new driver because of stuff like that. You ever heard of Southern Decadence? Biggest gay festival in New Orleans started that bar. So ladies, don't go there looking for a date, okay? Come on.
No, we're Dad's from
Simple up and down ironwork is wrought iron, meaning it was handworked by a blacksmith. The fancy ironwork is cast iron, meaning it was cast in a furnace using a mold. So cast iron factory made, wrought iron handmade. Mona Lisa's a good casual Italian restaurant. Next to it, Fennichin's a good African restaurant. Across the street, on the left corner, in the 1840s, lived a wealthy couple named the LaLauries. While they were away at a party, the house caught on fire. The firemen arrived and found slaves chained to the walls who'd been tortured and mutilated. And the cook who started the fire was chained to the stove. They performed gruesome experiments. When people found that out, they attacked the village. The LaLauries fled to France and were never caught. But the mob started tearing down the house. They found slaves trapped in the floorboards that they rescued. 2 had been killed and buried in the patio. And this is the most famous haunted house in New Orleans. Been on the Travel Channel, the History Channel, America Horror Stories, Harry's Amazing Buggy Tours, and Nicolas Cage used to own it. That building was destroyed. The one we see was built about 10 years later.
I appreciate you.
Get him! Get him! Attack! Attack! Did y'all feel that burst of speed? Nobody got whiplash, huh? The next stone building is the Gallier House, where James Gallier lived. He's New Orleans' best known architect. He designed and built all the houses on the left. Also built the first opera house in the country. It opened in 1859 in the 500 block of Bourbon Street. So people used to go to Bourbon Street to hear the opera. I don't think you'll hear much opera down there tonight. Actually, Gallier was an Irishman. His name was Gallagher. But it was francicized to Gallier when he moved here. You know what the Irish and French had in common? They were both fighting the Brits. That's why, I told you the second governor of Louisiana second Spanish governor was O'Reilly. He was an Irishman who became a general in the Spanish army. Because Spain, Ireland, and France were all fighting the Brits. Of course, we beat them, they lost. Not to put too much bragging on. In this brick building in the 1920s lived a man named St. Germain. One evening, a young woman jumped off the balcony and broke her leg. Took her to the police station. She had bite marks on her neck, claimed that St. Germain tried to get blood from her neck. The police returned to the house. They found wine bottles half filled with red wine, half with human blood. St. Germain was never seen again. The spikes on the poles are called Romeo catchers. They're to catch any Romeos going up to meet any Juliets living upstairs. They say they'll turn a Romeo into a Juliet. Now, everybody heard of Ellis Island where all the immigrants entered? People don't realize New Orleans was the second biggest port of entry for immigrants. So the same immigrants that went to New York came to New Orleans. We were the only city in the South to have a large Irish population. Open and see the movie King Creole. Elvis Presley sings a song on that album. Delta Park used to own this house. To our right, the public elementary school, McDonald 15. It's a charter school for creative art. John McDonald was a wealthy man, died in the 1850s, left $1.5 million to Baltimore and New Orleans for public education. We named over 30 schools after him. Lee Harvey Oswald, Richard Simmons, and Truman Capote all attended that school. That might say something about growing up in the French Quarter. Did you see the movie Double Jeopardy in this building? We also had a large Italian population. So in New Orleans, we celebrate St. Patrick's and St. Joseph's Day. Because we need a big excuse to have a parade in New Orleans. Where the Andrew Jackson Hotel is today, the Spanish had a boys' orphanage that the second fine school. Found the orphans were killed there, and people say they're haunting that hotel. You might have noticed everything is haunted here. The buggy is haunted, the mule is haunted. I've been dead for 174 years. Here's the Cornstalk Fence Hotel, originally a private residence, built in 1816 for Judge Francois Xavier Martin, first Chief Justice of the Louisiana State Supreme Court. They say Elvis Presley, John F. Kennedy, and the Clintons have all stayed there. Spain ruled Louisiana from 1762 up until 1803. That's when we had the two big fires. So most of the buildings we're looking at were built in the Spanish architecture. But notice that green wooden building to our left. That's a French colonial building called Madame John's Legacy. Originally built in the 1770s, destroyed by the 1788 fire. The owner rebuilt it that same year, just as it had been before. They filmed Interview with a Vampire and 12 Years a Slave in there. Now this is Royal Street going up, mostly art galleries and antique shops. But this has been the main street in town. A streetcar went down Royal, turned on Desire. So the Royal Street streetcar was the streetcar named Desire. Until a couple of years ago, there was a brick building on this spot that collapsed due to neglect. Now the University of New Orleans is doing archaeological survey work on the site. I'm sorry, ma'am?
Is there a lot of archaeological things going on that they have to wait for
Well,
buildings to collapse?
if a building collapses, they have to do what they call salvage archaeology, just to see what's there before they can build anything in the front door. Oh, that's on this is a National Historic area, so I'm sure in England they do the same thing. You know. In the army I was stationed in Italy, and they say the worst thing in Italy if you're redoing your house is to find ruins. You know, if people find ruins, they cover them up and decide to build somewhere else. In America, the worst thing is to find a body. Because if it's Native American, you got all kinds of hoops to jump through. You know? Because the tribe might want the body back.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have to determine by DNA what tribe it was and all kinds of stuff. Well, you know, I studied anthropology in college. Archaeology has done a lot of destruction too. The Brits, when they were in Egypt, this was in the 1800s, there were so many mummies, they were using the paper, the wrappings as paper and shipping them back to England. You know what I mean? Because it was cheaper than making paper.
Yeah.
To our right is the presbytere. On the other side of the cathedral is a cabildo. Both buildings were designed at the same time by the same people. They look very similar, and they're both state museums. The cabildo on the other side was the city hall. It's where the transfer documents to the Louisiana Purchase were signed. The presbytere was the courthouse. It's now a Katrina and Carnival Museum. Anybody know about how much of the continental United States used to be Louisiana?
Like a third?
About a third, that's correct. The eastern third was English, the 13 colonies. The middle third was French, Louisiana, and the western third was Spanish. In 1803, we bought Louisiana from France for $15 million. Now we offered Napoleon $10 million just for New Orleans. But he said no, you take the whole thing or nothing. So really you can say we bought Louisiana for $5 million, New Orleans for $10 million. You know, America didn't have $15 million. First time we ever had to borrow money. And most of the money came from England. Which is pretty weird because the English bankers knew the money was going to Napoleon to buy weapons to kill British soldiers.
Bankers.
So Halliburton did nothing new in Iraq. Okay? It's been done before. Not that Halliburton had anything to do with the war, of course. I mean, the vice president would never get involved in such a low-down thing as killing American soldiers. For money, my God. I was in the army, I can say shit and stuff like that. In the 1840s, New Orleans became the third city in the nation to reach a population of 100,000. New York was first, Baltimore second. From the 1850s until the Civil War, we were the wealthiest city in the United States because of cotton and the port. We were the third largest port in the world. Back then, cotton was as valuable as oil is today. Okay, we were the third largest port in the world. New York was the fourth largest. Anybody want to guess what was 1 and 2?
No.
In the world. In the 1850s. Anybody from London want to guess what was number 1?
London, yeah.
London.
And Liverpool was number 2. Let's not get run over tonight. Thank you. On either side of Jackson Square are the twin Fontalba apartments, built by the Baroness Fontalba in the 1850s. She was a wealthy person in Louisiana, most of the persons who was the cornerstone in the United States. When they renamed the park Jackson Square, they put Andrew Jackson's statue right where the gallows had been in the center of it. The skyline to our right is about the same one you've been looking at 150 years ago. City Hall, church, and court. You know, some of the people in New Orleans want to get rid of Jackson's statue because he owned slaves. But my family's Jewish, and to me, we want people to remember the Holocaust. So if my family had been a slave, I would want people to remember slavery. You know what I mean? George Washington was a slave owner. Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner. And everything we got, we took from the Native Americans. So America's got a lot of blood on our hands. And that's, you know, I mean, yeah. I mean, England, you know, look what they did to the Irish. So no nation is without guilt. You know, no nation can say, oh, we're pure. But we're not. None of them are, you know. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the tour. Thank y'all for taking it.